Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Zoom meeting, tonight's meeting. Well, in the previous meeting, we talked about IELTS listening. And as I told you in the previous meeting, we need to go over pretty much the full version of the IELTS listening, and this is the Cambridge IELTS listening, okay? So let us remind me. Wait a second, please. Okay. Let me remind you about the previous meeting. What's that? Okay. So here we go. Here's the IELTS listening. Cambridge full version. Okay, part 3. I'm gonna play the audio, so you need to read the instruction carefully. Please remember, the very first thing that you have to do is you need to read the instruction carefully. Write one word and or a number, because the instruction actually tells you about how many words you should use for the answer. Okay. And then there are 4D numbers, okay, 4D questions overall. So please go ahead and write down number 1 to 4D before I play the audio. Go ahead, please, and write down number 1 to 4D, everybody, because we're going to play the full versions of the audio. And then maybe from 1 to 10, I'm gonna pause the audio and you can discuss it together, okay? All right, go ahead, please. Write number 1 to 4D or maybe number 1 to 20. It depends. It's up to you. But the very first thing that I would like to remind you is about some of the tips and strategies that we already talked about in the previous meeting. Okay, I talk about how to make a necessary time, like you need to pay attention to listen carefully to the audio, what the audio is saying, and then read the instruction. That's the very first thing that you have to do. You need to read the instruction carefully before writing down your answer. Okay, because the instruction actually tells you about how many words and numbers, or maybe at sometimes maybe the combinations of words and numbers that you need to use to answer the question. Also, another tips like reading the signpost languages, the transition from one ideas or one sentence to another sentences are really important for you in order to get along easily with how the speaker transitioning their ideas. Beside that, you need to have the ability to paraphrase each of the questions and the sentences and the audio that you're listening to. Your ability to always paraphrase and have the synonyms really beneficial, because if you don't have that kind of ability, you're gonna miss what the speaker or the audio is saying. And the last but not least, okay, pretty much this is part 1, okay, section 1, okay, question 1 to 10. Usually these questions are pretty simple and easy to be understood, but well, you need to listen carefully to the audio, what's the audio is saying about this. And I just want to remind you again one more time that the questions and the statements that you are hearing in the audio is usually paraphrased. Okay, akan selalu diparafrase. Jadi misalnya nomor 1, create a cover for and bla bla bla. Nah, di sini kalian jangan berekspektasi bahwa nanti dia akan mengatakan sama persis seperti ini. No. Ya, dia akan parafrase. Lalu hal lain yang tidak kalah pentingnya adalah kalian harus lihat struktur kalimat ini. Kira-kira kita butuh apa di sini karena ada an, ya. Create a cover for an. Oke, beda lagi misalnya dia bilang ada artikel an. An ini artikel ya namanya. An, d itu artikel. Jadi untuk artikel an di sini kita butuh kata apa? Siapa yang tahu nih? Coba, salah satu tipsnya adalah di pertemuan kali lalu saya bilang one of the tips is you need to guess, ya. Kita harus prediksi apakah jawabannya ini berkaitan dengan noun atau verb atau adjective atau adverb. Kira-kira dari segi struktur kalimat ini jawaban nomor 1 ini akan dimulai dengan kata apa? Atau huruf apa?
Vocals. All.
Bukan. Good, ya. An apple, ya, atau an egg dan lain sebagainya, ya. Karena ada kata an. Makanya yang saya bilang in the previous meeting, you need to pay attention to the grammatical structure. Okay, because the grammatical structure of the questions actually tells you about what should be used in order to answer the questions. Okay. And then let's take a look at number two, part two, in a competition to be like the tallest, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty much related to noun. Yeah, number two is pretty much related to noun. Make a blah, blah, blah powered by a balloon. Nomor tiga dan lain sebagainya. Jadi, kalian perlu memberi atensi lebih terhadap yang namanya struktur tata bahasa. Oke. Selain kalian harus memiliki kemampuan untuk mendengar, kemampuan untuk menemukan sinonim, kemampuan untuk memparafrase, kalian juga harus memiliki kemampuan untuk mengetahui struktur kalimat ini. Dan while you are listening, okay, sembari mendengar, you don't have to think about anything else. Yang harus kalian pikirkan adalah kalian dengar sekarang dan fokus terhadap apa yang dia bicarakan di dalam audio tersebut. And another important things that I need to highlight is about accent. Oke, saya sudah bilang di previous meeting, kalian harus familiar dengan aksen yang berbeda. Aksen Amerika, aksen British, aksen Australia, sometimes African accent, but pretty much uncommon. Itu tidak lazim biasa dipakai. Nah, kemampuan kalian untuk membedakan perbedaan aksen ini penting sehingga kalian bisa tahu nih kira-kira di part ini dia menggunakan aksen apa? Aksen Amerika kah? Terkadang juga mereka akan combine accent into one, meaning they can combine both American and British accents. Gitu. Okay, any question before I play the audio? If not, then you need to get ready to answer the questions. I'm gonna play the audio from number 1 to 10. This part is pretty much simple actually. So you need to listen carefully to what the audio is saying. And remember, you also have to have the ability to always paraphrase the questions because all questions here are always paraphrased. Paham ya? Okay, I'm gonna play the audio. Listen carefully and attentively and answer number 1 to 10.
This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to part 1.
Part 1. You will hear a man phoning to find out about some children's engineering workshops. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 3. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 3.
Hello, Children's Engineering Workshops.
Oh, hello. I wanted some information about the workshops in the school holidays.
Sure.
I have 2 daughters who are interested. The younger one's Lydia. She's 4. Do you take children as young as that?
Yes, our tiny engineers workshop is for 4 to 5-year-olds.
What sorts of activities do they do?
All sorts. For example, they work together to design a special cover that goes round an egg, so that when it's inside, they can drop it from a height and it doesn't break. Well, sometimes it does break, but that's part of the fun.
Right. And Lydia loves building things. Is there any opportunity for her to do that?
Well, they have a competition to see who can make the highest tower. You'd be amazed how high they can go.
Right.
But they're learning all the time as well as having fun. For example, one thing they do is to design and build a car that's attached to a balloon, and the force of the air in that actually powers the car and makes it move along. They go really fast too.
Okay, well, all this sounds perfect.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 4 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 4 to 10.
Now, Carly, that's my older daughter, has just had her 7th birthday. So presumably she'd be in group.
Yes, she'd be in the G28.
And do they do this?
Advanced. So they work out how to build model vehicles, things like cars and trucks, but also how to construct animals using the same sorts of material and technique. And then they learn how they can program them and make them move.
So they learn a bit of coding.
They do. They pick it up really quickly. We're there to help if they need it, but they learn from one another too.
Right. And do they have competitions too?
Yes. With the junior engineers, it's to use recycled materials like card and wood to build a bridge. And the longest one gets a prize.
That sounds fun. I wouldn't mind doing that myself.
Then they have something a bit different, which is to think up an idea for a 5-minute movie and then film it using special animation software. You'd be amazed what they come up with.
And of course, that's something they can put on their phone and take home to show all their friends.
Exactly. And then they also build a robot in the shape of a human, and they decorate it and program it so that it can move its arms and legs.
Perfect. So is it the same price as the tiny engineers?
It's just a bit more, £50 for the 5 weeks.
And are the classes on a Monday too?
They used to be, but we found it didn't give our staff enough time to clear up after the first workshop, so we moved them to Wednesdays. The classes are held in the morning from 10 to 11.
Okay. That's better for me, actually. And what about the location? Where exactly are the workshops held?
They're in Building 10A. There's a big sign on the door. You can't miss it. And that's in Fradston Industrial Estate.
Sorry.
Fradston. That's Fradston.
And that's in Grassford, isn't it?
Yes, or past the station.
And will I have any parking problems there?
No, there's always plenty available. So, would you like to enroll Lydia and Carly now?
Okay.
So, can I have your full name?
That is the end of part 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers to part 1.
Okay, have half a minute to check your answer to part 1. Nah, itu dia akan bilang seperti itu ya. Alright, everybody, let's take a look. I'm gonna hear your answer. Question number 1. Create a cover for and blah 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 so they can drop it from a height without breaking it. Apa jawabannya? Coba kira-kira ditaruh di chat box atau langsung dijawab oleh
An egg.
an egg. Okay, good. Jawabannya an egg. 2. Ada bagian yang kalian tidak tangkap?
I'm missing number 9 and 10, sir.
Number 9 and 10. Why is that?
There's some error with the signal here, so I didn't
Oh,
didn't
you didn't
hear
hear.
clearly.
Okay, that's pretty much one of the problems of studying
Yeah.
online. But when it comes to the real test, I pretty much suggest you to take the offline test. It's better.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
better. Okay. While number 2, take part in a
Up
competition to build the tallest blah blah blah.
tower.
Really? Are you sure?
Tower.
You sure? Sidan, kamu jawab apa Sidan? Sarah? Do I need to replay the audio or no need? Hello, ini semuanya nih. I told you so many times, please be active, okay? Otherwise, I'll close the Zoom meeting. Hello.
I think, can you repeat one more time, sir? So I can answer number 9 and 10.
Number 9 and 10. Okay, that's pretty much a request. Let's go for it. Okay, what about the others? Sidan, Sarah, dan yang lain-lain nih, Siti, Kevin, nih. Semuanya jelas?
10A. There's a big sign on the door. You can't miss it. And that's in Fredston Industrial Estate.
Sorry.
Okay.
For a 5-minute movie and then film it using special animation software. You'd be amazed what they come up with.
And of course, that's something they can put on their phone and take home to show all their friends.
Exactly. And then they also build a robot in the shape of a human and they decorate it and program it so that it can move its arms and legs.
Perfect. So, is it the same price as the tiny engineers?
It's just a bit more. £50 for the 5 weeks.
Okay, ini dia sudah sampai nih ya. Cost for a 5-week block, £50.
And are the classes on a Monday too?
There used to be, but we found it didn't give our staff enough time to clear up after the first workshop, so we moved them to Wednesdays. The classes are held in the morning from 10 to 11.
Okay. That's better for me, actually. And what about the location? Where exactly are the workshops held?
They're in Building 10A. There's a big sign on the door. You can't miss it. And that's in Fradston Industrial Estate.
Sorry.
Fradston. That's Fradston.
And that's in Grassford, isn't it?
Yes, or past the station.
And will I have any parking problems there?
No, there's always plenty available. So, would you like to enroll Lydia and Carly now?
Okay.
So, can I have your full name?
Will I have any parking problems there? Dia bilang no, there's always plenty available. Itu jelas sekali jawabannya ya. Okay, number 2 until 10. 2 until 10. Okay, let's go for it. Take part in a competition to build the tallest blah blah blah. Bill, tallest apa nih jawabannya? Okay, let's put your answer in the chat box, everybody. Sidan, ada yang miss nomor berapa atau semuanya jelas? Hello. Tower, good. Oke, nomor 2 jawabannya tower. Oke. Number 3. Nomor 3. I also didn't hear number 9 and 10. Oke. Car. Nomor 3 jawabannya car. Oke. A car salah. Itu kan dia, kenapa kamu taruh di situ? Para, saya bilang nih, read the instruction carefully. Write one word and or a number. Kalau kamu taruh a car, itu salah dia. Karena petunjuknya di sini satu kata. atau satu angka. Kecuali kombinasi kata dengan angka bisa, tapi kalau kamu taruh a car, salah. Gitu. Right, a car. Oke, number 4. Nomor 4. Number 4. Halo, number 4. Trains, animals. Wow, ini beragam nih. Yang lain coba semuanya nih, ini ada 14 orang nih. Tulis jawabannya di chat semuanya nih, baru 2 orang nih. 12 yang mana nih? Salah tidak apa-apa, santai, oke? We are in the process of learning, so mistakes and errors are always acceptable. There's no need to worry too much about making mistakes. Tidak perlu takut, tidak perlu ragu, salah ya. Kita sedang belajar nih. Airplanes, robots. Beragam nih jawabannya. Ayo yang lain mana nih? Yang lain. Halo, apa mau diakhiri Zoom-nya nih? Kayaknya ini yang hadir 14 orang yang kasih jawaban di sini cuman 4 orang nih. I just join. Oke, jawaban yang benar adalah animals. Animals jawabannya nih. Ini ya. Take part in a competition. Make the tallest. Yang dua tower. Make a oh, nomor 3, sorry, nomor 3 a car, nomor 4 build motor cars, trucks, and animals. Oke, animals dia bilang karena di sini kita harus tahu yang namanya struktur yang paralel. Oke, di dalam TOEFL juga kalian akan belajar tentang parallel structure, struktur yang paralel. Jadi kalau di sini dia model cars, trucks, berarti jawaban selanjutnya kata benda atau nounnya itu juga harus ada S-nya, yang artinya dia bermakna plural. Oke, dia bermakna jamak lebih dari satu. Jadi kalian perhatikan nih parallel structure-nya ya di dalam TOEFL itu kalian juga akan belajar tentang parallel structure, struktur yang paralel. Nah, ini kenapa penting tadi saya bilang perhatikan pola kalimatnya. Karena dari pola kalimat ini, dari tata bahasa ini kita bisa tahu nih, kita bisa tebak oh jawaban untuk pertanyaan ini nih sebenarnya bentuknya tunggal atau jamak begitu. 5 to 10. Okay. Take part in a competition to build the longest blah 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 using cord and wood. Create a short blah blah build blah blah. Oke, ditaruh jawabannya semua dari nomor 5 sampai 10 di chat box. Silakan. The answer for question number 4 is animals. Oke, bridge, movie, robot, nomor 7 robot. Oh, nomor 7 salah semua nih. Nomor 8 juga salah semua. 9 Preston Parking. Oke, number 9 itu jawabannya Fredstone. Fradstone. Bukan Fightstone ya. Number 9 Fredstone. Bridge Animation Build Test Program. Kevin, mana Kevin? Kamu kok jawabnya kayak kalimat ini? Build, test, and program a humanoid robot. Satu kata itu instruksinya di atas tuh Kevin. Satu kata. Ini kamu jawab sudah banyak kata di sini dalam satu nomor. Salah itu ya. Perhatikan kalau instruksinya dia bilang satu kata ya satu kata. Gitu. Oke, jawaban yang benar adalah 5 itu bridge. Build a bridge ya. Apa namanya? Build the longest bridge. Number 6 itu movie atau film. Movie atau film. 7 decorate ya. Build, decorate, and program a humanoid robot. Ya. Oh, maksudnya Kevin tadi dia jawab semua ini. Oke, sorry, I got it wrong. Build, test. Oh, bukan test jawabannya. Jawaban nomor 7 itu decorate. Oh, ini untuk usahakan untuk nomor 1 sampai 10 ini benar semua. I told you, kalau saya tuh skor skor paling tinggi saya itu di listening, which is 8,5. Hampir 9 ya, nyaris sempurna tuh. Nah, triknya di part 1 ini kalian tidak boleh salah begini nih. Ini part 1 saja sudah salah 3, 4. Bagaimana dengan part selanjutnya? Oke, but don't worry. Kita lihat penekanan saya begini ya. Saya tadi sudah bilang di awal bahwa kalian itu harus familiar sama aksennya. Terus kalian tuh harus perhatikan ketika dia transisi. Misalnya begini, nomor 1 coba perhatikan. Misalnya dia tidak akan menyebutkan yang Nah, tadi saya bilang kan dia akan selalu parafrase. Jadi kalian jangan pernah berekspektasi bahwa saya akan mendengar sama persis seperti apa yang tertulis di sini. No. Tidak akan sama persis seperti itu. Akan selalu diparafrase pertanyaan juga statement-statement yang dia kemukakan di dalam audionya. Oke, let's take a look at 11 to 20. Oke, perhatikan baik-baik. Kali ini harus banyak yang benar ya. Take a look at number 11 to 20. Nah, ini untuk number 11 to 14, ini choose the correct letter A, B, or C. A, B, or C. Nah, untuk yang ini, kalian perhatikan tipsnya begini. Kalau untuk ini dia akan menyebutkan semua opsi pilihan ganda ini. Tinggal you have to have the ability to eliminate unnecessary ones. Maksudnya kalian harus punya kemampuan untuk mengeliminasi jawaban yang tidak perlu di bagian ini. Karena semua opsi ini, semua pilihan ini akan disebutkan tujuan mereka itu untuk mengecoh kita. Oke. Ya, untuk mengecoh kita. Jadi perhatikan juga tips lainnya adalah akan ada ya, dia akan konfirmasi, akan ada bahasa-bahasa konfirmasi. Misalnya nomor 12 ya, misalnya pertama dia bilang healthcare industry. Oh, tapi itu bukan ya goods for healthcare industry tetapi untuk automotive industry. Nah, berarti itu jawabannya B begitu. Jadi untuk pola pertanyaan yang ini dia akan menyebutkan semua pertanyaan ini, oke. Jadi kalian harus punya kemampuan untuk mengeliminasi jawaban yang tidak perlu. Sudah seperti yang kita bahas hari Senin kali lalu. Let me play the audio. Go ahead and listen carefully to it and answer these questions, please.
'That is the end of part 1. 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 'That You now have half a minute to check your answers to part 1. Part 2. You will hear the managing director of a company called Stevenson's welcoming a group of work experience students. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14.
Okay, number 11 to 14. Wait a second, please. Ketika dia bilang number 11 to 14 seperti ini, siapa yang tahu kira-kira apa yang harus kalian buat? Coba beritahu saya. Ada yang tahu tidak ketika dia bilang you have some time to take a look at number 11 to 14. Kalian harus buat apa? Ini di tips-tips yang sudah saya kasih tahu di pertemuan sebelumnya loh. Kalian harus buat apa?
Prediction, sir.
Ya?
Prediction.
Prediction.
Keyword.
Keyword.
Itu dia ya. Highlight the keywords. Garis bawahi kata kunci ya. Misalnya nomor 11 tuh found it. Nah, itu pentingnya di situ. Stevenson sama found it. Originally 12. Goods for 13 tuh company premises. Keywordsnya itu tidak perlu kalian highlight semuanya. Cukup yang bisa dijadikan sebagai pegangan. Oke. Seperti tadi saya bilang, kalian harus punya kemampuan untuk mengeliminasi jawaban yang tidak penting atau tidak perlu, karena ini dia akan menyebutkan semua opsinya di dalam sini ya. Oke. So, go ahead and listen carefully to the audio and answer questions number 11 to 14.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Stevenson's, one of the country's major manufacturers of metal goods. Thank you for choosing us for your 2 weeks of work experience. My name is Julia Simmons, and since the beginning of this year, I've been the managing director. Stevenson's is quite an old company. Like me, the founder, Ronald Stevenson, went into the steel industry when he left school. That was in 1923. He set up this company when he finished his apprenticeship in 1926, although he actually started making plans 2 years earlier in 1924. He was a very determined young man. Stevenson's long-term plan was to manufacture components for the machine tools industry, although in fact that never came about, and for the automotive industry, that is cars and lorries. However, there was a delay of 5 years before that happened, because shortly before the company went into production, Stevenson was given the opportunity to make goods for hospitals and other players in the healthcare industry. So that's what we did for the first 5 years. Over the years, we've expanded the premises considerably. We were lucky that the site is big enough, so moving to a new location has never been necessary. However, the layout is far from ideal for modern machinery and production methods, so we intend to carry out major refurbishment of this site over the next 5 years. I'd better give you some idea of what you'll be doing during your 2 weeks with us, so you know what to expect. Most mornings you'll have a presentation from one of the managers to learn about their department, starting this morning with research and development. And you'll all spend some time in each department, observing what's going on and talking to people, as long as you don't stop them from doing their work altogether. In the past, a teacher from your school has come in at the end of each week to find out how the group were getting on, but your school isn't able to arrange that this year.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20.
Okay, 11 to 14. Put your answer in the chat box. Santai, salah tidak apa-apa ya. Dapat semua jawabannya? Your answer. Go ahead, please. Your answer. A, C. C, A, B, C. Wow, terlalu banyak yang salah nih. Apa saya harus C, A? Salah semua ini. Saya putar ulang audionya atau gimana ini? Do you want me to repeat the audio? Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, let me repeat my explanation ya. Dengar baik-baik penjelasan saya. Untuk tipe soal seperti ini, multiple choice, ya, choose the correct letter A, B, or C. What you need to do is, dengar ya, saya sudah kasih penjelasan berapa kali nih. Perhatikan, dia akan menyebutkan semua opsi pilihan ganda ini. Oke, semua opsi ini akan dia sebutkan. Nah, sekarang kalian harus dengar baik-baik, highlight kata kuncinya, karena itu jadi patokan nih, kira-kira kalian akan pilih yang mana. Dan akan ada kata-kata konfirmasi, ya. Dia akan sengaja mengecoh kita, misalnya dia bilang 1923 dan lain sebagainya, tapi bukan itu, bukan di-founded pada tahun itu. Nah, misalnya dia bilang, although it was never came about. It was never came about, berarti itu tidak pernah terjadi. Bukan dia. Jadi ada statement-statement yang sifatnya negatif yang mengindikasikan bahwa hal itu bukan. Ya, oke, itu yang pertama ya. Kemampuan untuk mengeliminasi jawaban yang tidak perlu. Karena apa? Kita tuh akan dikecohkan dengan semua ini disebutkan. So, of course, you have to have the ability to eliminate unnecessary answers in this case. Gitu. Oke. Lalu berikutnya, memang kalian harus punya kemampuan parafrase tingkat tinggi di sini. Karena apa? Dia tidak akan menyebutkan, saya sudah bilang ulang-ulang, itu mau di speaking, di writing, di listening, dan lain sebagainya. Yang namanya IELTS itu tingkat parafrasenya itu tinggi. Jadi kalau kalian keterbatasan kosakata, keterbatasan tahu sinonim, that's gonna be a big problem for you. Gitu. Okay? But let me replay the audio. Hopefully you get it right this time. Harapannya bisa benar semua ya kali ini ya. Soalnya yang saya lihat ada yang cuma benar satu, ada yang salah semua. Oke, gitu ya. Perhatikan baik-baik. Dengarkan apa yang dia bilang.
The healthcare industry.
Wait,
So that's what we did for the first 5 years.
kita bahas satu-satu nih. Ini problematik ini.
He was a very determined young man.
Wait a second.
When he left school, that was in 1923. He set up this company when he finished his apprenticeship.
He left school. Dia he left school di 1923. Berarti bukan itu, oke?
In 1926. although he actually started making plans 2 years earlier in 1924. He was a very determined young man.
Itu dia. Walaupun 2 tahun sebelumnya, ya, dia sudah membuat rencana itu, tetapi itu tidak terjadi. Nah, 2 tahun sebelumnya itu tahun berapa? Dari 1926. 1924 tidak terjadi, berarti founded-nya di 1926. Itu jawabannya. So, let me take a look at your answers. Benar tidak nih banyak nih? Salah semua nih. Oke. Hanya was kita yang benar nih. Selain ini salah semua. Oke, Sandi, kamu terkecoh di bagian mana sebenarnya?
Tadi di bagian akhirnya kurang kurang jelas dengernya sih, Sir. Gitu. Jadi terkecohnya di 1924 sih. Awalnya juga saya ngiranya 1926 gitu. Pas di bagian terakhir kan dia bilang dia mulai ada rencana itu kan di 1924. Nah, terkecohnya di situ kurang bisa memahami kalimatnya itu sendiri sih. Jadi kurang jelas dapat informasinya.
Makanya tadi saya bilang kalian harus perhatikan kalau misalnya dibilang although, never, itu tidak pernah terjadi, itu tidak di set up dan lain sebagainya. Berarti itu bukan tahunnya, ya. Selain tahun misalnya ada statement lain yang dia ada konfirmasi bahwa itu bukan, berarti itu jadi indikator bahwa opsi atau pilihan ganda itu sebenarnya bukan jawaban yang tepat. See what I mean? Oke, let's move on to number 12 ya. Saya akan pause di audio. Jadi kalian dengar baik-baik nih. Nomor 12.
Stephenson's long-term plan was to manufacture components for the machine tools industry, although in fact that never came about.
Oke. Kira-kira dari statement ini menurut kalian yang tidak masuk tuh yang mana?
Mesin.
Iya, karena apa?
Never came about.
Never came about. Apa arti never came about?
Tidak pernah terjadi.
Iya, although in fact it never came about. Berarti bukan, kita coret yang C ya.
And for the automotive industry, that is cars and lorries. However, there was a delay of 5 years before that happened.
Oke, yang B, dia bilang apa? Hey, come on. Kalau malah saya akhiri.
Never
Ya.
that happened.
Although
Delayed 5 years.
Delayed 5 years, ditunda 5 tahun. Berarti itu originally itu tuh manufacture goods untuk itu tidak? Tidak. Karena dia bilang delay kan. Terus yang C dia bilang it never came about. Tidak pernah terjadi deh.
Ya.
Berarti otomatis jawabannya A.
Shortly before the company went into production, Stephenson was given the opportunity to make goods for hospitals and other players in the healthcare industry.
Itu jelas-jelas ya, hospitals and the healthcare industry. Ini aksen British ya, yang saya bicara nih aksen Amerika, beda dia dengan yang dia bilang tadi itu. Tapi itu poinnya adalah kita dengar nih ya, untuk tipe soal seperti ini kalian perhatikan nih. Dengar kira-kira tuh dia tuh kasih clue, dia kasih clue kira-kira yang ini bukan loh ini opsinya, ini bukan ini jawabannya. Dia akan katakan. Tadi saya bilang akan ada konfirmasi seperti dia bilang although, never, apa dan lain sebagainya. Pokoknya ada statement-statement yang sifatnya kontradiktif di situ yang mengindikasikan bahwa opsi ini bukan opsi yang harus kita pilih. Balik lagi, you need to read the questions. Karena pertanyaan ini akan jadi petunjuk nih ya. Pertanyaan ini, oh ini dia bilang di sini originally. Berarti yang B sama C itu tidak, karena dari mana kita tahu dari statement-statement yang dia bilang bahwa it never came about, delayed 5 years, dan lain sebagainya. Sudah paham ya cara mainnya untuk ini? Oke, untuk let me play the audio untuk 13 sama 14.
So that's what we did for the first 5 years.
Oke, itu titik. Dia sudah selesai nomor 12. Nah, saya lupa kasih tahu, sorry. Salah satu tips untuk IELTS listening, adalah kalian harus punya kemampuan untuk mentransisikan mata kalian. Sembari mendengar, while listening, you have to have the ability to move your eyes really quick. Really quick untuk apa? Really quick untuk read the questions. Karena kalau kalian tidak baca pertanyaan ini, ketika dia sudah move on ke nomor 13 dan kamu masih pikirkan jawaban di nomor 12, berantakan nanti jawabannya. Ya, jadi butuh kecepatan berpikir di sini, butuh kecepatan menulis, butuh kecepatan berpikir, butuh kecepatan untuk mendengar. Gitu.
Over the years, we've expanded the premises considerably. We were lucky that the site is big enough, so moving to a new location has never been necessary. However,
Itu yang mana coba? Moving to a new location has never been necessary. Yang mana? Itu yang tidak perlu tuh.
Yang C.
Halo.
Yang B.
Pada.
But the layout is far from ideal for modern machinery and production methods. So we intend to carry out major refurbishment of this site over the next 5 years. I'd better give you some idea of what you'll be doing during your 2 weeks with us, so you know what to expect. Most mornings you'll have a presentation from one of the managers to learn about their department, starting this morning with research and development. And you'll all spend some time in each department, observing what's going on and talking to people, as long as you don't stop them from doing their work altogether. In the past, a teacher from your school has come in at the end of each week to find out how the group were getting on, but your school isn't able to arrange that this year.
Your school isn't able to arrange that this year. Oke, ini aksen Britishnya keren sekali ya. I like it. Okay, number 13 and 14. What's the answer?
13 B.
B, good. Bagus. 14.
A.
The program experience group includes
Time to do
salah.
research.
Salah. Bukan riset ya, research bacanya. Research.
14, 14C.
Bukan 14, 14.
14C.
14C, ya betul. Kamu jawab C dari mana, Katan?
Because I look up, I listen to the work experience group
Di
that
audio. Bukan apa?
talking to the people.
Iya. Talking to people ya. Talking to people itu artinya talks by staff. Talks untuk apa? Untuk orang-orang yang ada di dalam grup experience ini. Experience group ini. Nah, bagus nih ya. Kemampuan parafrasenya sudah kelihatan di sini. Oke. Good job. Good job. Nah, ada yang kalau masih terkecoh ya, sorry bagi pemula yang baru belajar tentang IELTS, memang tingkat kesulitannya itu tinggi. Kenapa tinggi? Ini kan kalian mau pakai skornya buat kuliah S2, S3 di luar negeri gitu kan. Nah, bagaimana nanti ketika kalian kuliah dan kalian tidak mengerti apa yang dosen bicarakan? Bahaya, kawat. Dia suruh kita presentasi dan lain sebagainya, which is semuanya itu in English. Alright, let us move on to number 15 to 20, which is pretty much one of the things that we already discussed in the previous meeting, and it's related to map. Oke, sekedar mengingatkan nih, just want to remind you about the previous tips and strategies. Siapa yang masih ingat saya bicara apa tentang map? Coba, please remind me. Apa yang harus jadi bahan atensi ketika kita berhadapan dengan tipe pertanyaan map seperti ini?
Direction, sir.
Direction, good.
Direction and location, sir.
Direction and locations. Contohnya?
Location, contohnya in front of, beside.
Oke, direction.
Northwest.
Oke,
Go
good.
straight ahead.
Ya, arah mata angin ya, utara, selatan, timur, barat. Oke. Orang Amerika bilang direction, ya. Inggris bilang direction. Itu beda pronunciation-nya. Oke, sudah paham ya? Nah, saya mau tanya nih. Untuk gambar yang, coba kalian lihat gambarnya dulu. Plan of Stephenson site. Site untuk apa? Untuk factory. Jadi ketika nanti dia bilang, misalnya dia bilang, you have 30 seconds to take a look at question number 15 to 20. Itu waktu terbaik buat kalian untuk lihat gambar yang ini nih. Lalu kalian visualisasikan, seperti yang saya bilang kemarin. Visualisasi kira-kira si speaker ini dia akan berada di mana? Dia akan mengarahkan kalian ke arah mana? Entah ke kiri, ke kanan, utara, selatan, timur, barat, dan lain sebagainya. Tidak terlepas kaitannya dengan bagaimana dia menggunakan kata-kata yang mengandung arti direction and locations. Gitu ya. Nah, pertanyaan saya, pertama-tama dia akan ada di mana? Coba siapa yang bisa tebak nih? Dia akan ada di mana?
Di reception, sir.
Good, bagus. Dia akan ada di reception. Jadi dia arahkan misalnya, oh dari reception menuju ke bangunan ini, across bla bla dan lain sebagainya. Intinya kalian harus pegang kata kunci nih. Ya, maksud saya pegang kata kunci ini begini. Ketika dia misalnya dia ada di reception, dia akan mengarahkan kita untuk masing-masing abjad ini nih, G, J, H, I dan lain sebagainya. Tinggal saja kalian harus tahu nih kira-kira dia ada di reception, dia akan bilang apa. Dengan misalnya dia mengatakan kalian harus menuju ke utara, selatan, atau melewati jalan ini, lewati main road, open country yard, atau di sampingnya ada banyak pohon dan lain sebagainya. Jadi gambar ini tidak serta-merta dikasih, tetapi dia memberikan detail informasi yang seharusnya nanti kita dengar secara baik sehingga kita bisa tahu kemana saja dia mengarahkan kita bisa mampu untuk menangkap informasi yang ada. You see what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna play the audio. Listen carefully and answer the question number 15 to 20. Nah, ini selain kalian, beside taking a look at the picture itself, you also need to listen carefully to the audio as well as the questions. Read the questions starting from number 15 to 20 in order to have a gist or general pictures of how the questions will look like and also the content of the audio. Nah, oke. Perhatikan, saya akan putar audionya, baca nomor 15 sampai 20 apa kira-kira dia bilang coffee room, dan yang paling pertama dan utama adalah dia akan ada di reception area.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 15 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
Okay, now I'll briefly help you to orientate yourselves around the site. As you can see, we're in the reception area, which we try to make attractive and welcoming to visitors. There's a corridor running left from here, and if you go along that, the door facing you at the end is the entrance to the coffee room. This looks out onto the main road on one side and some trees on the other, and that'll be where you meet each morning. The factory is the very big room on the far side of the site. Next to it is the warehouse, which can be accessed by lorries going up the road to the turning area at the end. You can get to the warehouse by crossing to the far side of the courtyard, and then the door is on your right. Somewhere you'll be keen to find is the staff canteen. This is right next to reception. I can confidently say that the food's very good, but the view isn't. The windows on one side look onto a corridor and courtyard, which aren't very attractive at all, and on the other onto the access road, which isn't much better. You'll be using the meeting room quite often, and you'll find it by walking along the corridor to the left of the courtyard and continuing along it to the end. The meeting room is the last one on the right, and I'm afraid there's no natural daylight in the room. Then you'll need to know where some of the offices are. The Human Resources Department is at the front of this building. So you head to the left along the corridor from reception, and it's the second room you come to. It looks out onto the main road. And finally, the boardroom, where you'll be meeting sometimes. That has quite a pleasant view as it looks out onto the trees. Go along the corridor past the courtyard, right to the end. The boardroom is on the left, next to the factory. Okay, now, are there any questions before we move?
Okay, now, are there any questions? Kalau saya bakalan tidak mendengar yang itu ya. Itu dia udah basa-basi. Are there any questions? Okay, that's not important. All right, let's take a look at your answers. Let's put it in the chat box. Ayo, taruh jawabannya. Apa mau saya repeat di audio? Dapat semua jawabannya tidak nih? Hello. All of you, put your answer in the chat. Put your answers in the chat box, please.
I got distracted from number 18 and 19
Why is that?
because it's for me it's really laggy, so yeah, it's okay.
Oh, okay. The temporal lag of your connection.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a big problem when you take the IELTS test online. So you have to make sure that the connection is better. Okay. Well, but anyway, let's take a look at your answers. Number 15 to 20. H, C, G, B, I, A. Ikra, where is Ikra? Ikra di mana nih Ikra? Halo Ikra. Can you speak? Ikra? Oh, why is that? You cannot speak. You get it all correct. That's why I ask you to speak. Semuanya benar nih. My mic isn't working in PC. Oh no, that's so bad. All right, let's take a look at Ikra's answer. Okay, actually he got it all right. 15 H, 16 C, 17 G, 18 B, 19 I, and 20 A. Jawabannya Igra benar semua sama Fatwa nih. Oh no, yang benar tuh jawabannya Igra. Dilihat di situ ya. Nah, ini sudah oke nih, sudah bagus nih semuanya. H, C, G, E, oh, Katon. Oh, kalian terkecoh. Ada lagging tadi ya?
Yeah. That's why I wrong 2 number.
Oh, you got it wrong. For 2 numbers. It's fine. That's why I said that's the problem of the connection. So when there's a temporal lag, it's gonna be
Sir,
problem a bit for you to get the questions and the answers easily. Hello, would you like to
sir,
say
can
questions?
you explain the answer by play the audio so we will know
Okay.
where's our mistake in this?
Okay. Thank you. That's a really good suggestion. Okay, let me replay the audio. Okay, and then I will explain it one by one. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
On the far side of the site, next to it.
Wait a second.
Now listen and answer questions 15 to 20.
Ini aksennya British ya. Dia tidak pakai aksen Amerika nih.
Okay, now I'll briefly help you to orientate yourselves around the site. As you can see, we're in the reception area.
Okay, dia bilang as you can see, we're in the reception area.
which we try to make attractive and welcoming to visitors.
Ya, jadi mereka buat reception area itu semenarik mungkin untuk para pengunjung ya.
There's a corridor running left from here.
There's a corridor running left from here. Here maksudnya yang reception. Here maksudnya. Ini aksen Amerika bilang here, artinya di sini. Jadi ada koridor di sini.
And if you go along that, the door facing you at the end is the entrance to the coffee room.
And if you go along that, the door is facing you at the end is the entrance to the coffee room. Jadi kalau kita dari sini, dari reception area ini ke bagian kiri sampai terakhir ini, the door, pintu yang berhadapan dengan kita itu adalah pintu menuju coffee room, which is H, jawabannya. Udah paham kan? Ini jelas sekali, makanya tadi saya bilang kalian tuh harus bisa mampu ikuti kira-kira dari reception area itu dia akan mengarahkan kita kemana. Jadi setiap abjad yang ada di sini yang J, I, H ini ada maknanya. Ya, tergantung lagi apa namanya, balik lagi kita mendengar kira-kira dia mengarahkan kita ke huruf yang mana di dalam gambar-gambar ini gitu. Oke, ya jadi 15 itu.
This looks out onto the main road on one side and some trees on the other.
Ini informasi tambahannya. This looks out on the main road and the trees on the other. Ya, the other maksudnya the other. Oke, the other maksudnya yang lainnya, bahwa di bagian lainnya itu ada pohon-pohon, terus di bagian ini nih ada main roadnya, jalan utamanya di sini. Berarti yang ini hanya ini.
And that'll be where you meet each morning. The factory is the very big room on the far side of the site. Next to it is the warehouse, which can be accessed by lorries going up the road to the turning area at the end. You can get to the warehouse by crossing to the far side of the courtyard and then
crossing, ya, melewati courtyard and then
the door is on your right.
And the door is on your right. And the door, again, aksen British itu mereka tidak akan pronounce R-nya ya. The door, computer dan lain sebagainya ya. Oke, the door, dia bilang the door is on your right. The door is on your right. Nah, kita lewat dari yang open courtyard ini, melewati jalan yang ini, dan pintunya akan ada di bagian kanan, otomatis ada di C. Kalau misalnya diarahkan kita ke bagian kiri, berarti antara E atau B. Nah, tergantung lagi, nanti kita harus dengar, misalnya dia bilang B berdekatan dengan factory atau I di bagian tengah berhadapan dengan D di sini. Itu posibilitasnya seperti itu. Okay. Next, staff canteen.
Somewhere you'll be keen to find is the staff canteen.
Okay, somewhere you'll be keen to find is the staff canteen. Dia bilang ya, somewhere you're keen to find is the staff canteen.
This is right next to reception.
Right next to reception. Ini paling gampang nih. Right next to reception. Ini dia berhadapan dengan reception nih. Ya, tidak lain tidak bukan G.
I can confidently say that the food's very good.
I can confidently say that the food's very good. Ya, dia secara percaya diri mengatakan bahwa makanannya itu baik.
View isn't.
But the view isn't. Tapi pemandangannya tidak gitu.
The windows on one side look onto a corridor and courtyard, which aren't very attractive at all, and on the other onto the access road.
Nah, ini informasi tambahannya malah lebih sangat amat jelas ya. Until the other, okay. The other maksudnya itu ya, access road. Terus sebelahnya itu ada courtyard. Nah, ini paling jelas sudah nih. Sedetail itu dia memberikan informasinya.
Which isn't much better.
Which isn't much better. Nah, which isn't much better. Kalau Amerika bilang better, mereka akan bilang better. Nah, enak loh. Kalau saya tuh dulu tuh suka sekali aksen British. Saya kuliah di Amerika yang yang betanya hilang jadi better computer city. Okay, anyway, just leave it. Number 18. Udah paham ya, Sandi ya? Ini
You'll be using the meeting room quite often,
we'll be using the meeting room quite often.
and you'll find it by walking along the corridor to the left of the courtyard and
Walking, ya, jalan dari koridornya, ya.
continuing along it to the end. The meeting room is the last one on the right, and I'm afraid there's no natural daylight in the room.
Oke, dia bilang kita jalan dari koridor yang ini, dia ada di paling kanan. Jangan terkecoh dengan A ya. Bukan, dia bilang dia ada di paling kanan. Kalau informasi tambahan yang dia bilang tidak ada lights yang dark itu kan di sini tidak ada informasi terperinci terkait itu kan. Tapi yang jadi kata kunci buat kita adalah dia bilang dari koridor menuju ke bagian atas tuh dia yang paling kanan. Oh, berarti kita sudah tahu nih kalau A tidak mungkin karena ini kan dia berhadapan langsung dengan itu koridornya. Berarti yang paling masuk akal itu adalah B. Tetapi di B ini informasinya tidak seterperinci yang tadi G, ya, karena awalnya dia bilang ini berhadapan langsung dengan reception area, terus dia bilang di bagian kirinya ada courtyard, di bagian kanannya ada access road. Kalau yang B ini tidak sespesifik itu. Jadi salah satu tingkat kesulitan yang terkadang itu mereka pakai untuk mengelabui kita adalah ada nomor-nomor tertentu yang mana mereka tuh akan memberikan informasi yang sejelas-jelasnya, terperinci, sespesifik itu. Ada juga nomor tertentu yang informasinya itu hanya secara general. Artinya, kalian harus dapat informasi pertama. Kalau tidak, misalnya kalian menunggu, oh saya akan tunggu informasi yang spesifik di bagian terakhir, you gotta lose it. Nah, gitu. Kalian akan kehilangan jawabannya karena dia tidak akan memberikan informasi spesifik di bagian terakhir. Gitu ya. Jadi harus tahu nih polanya. Kalau misalnya saya berhadapan dengan tipe pertanyaan map seperti ini, kita sudah harus bisa menerka, menginterpretasi, memvisualisasi bahwa jawabannya ini tidak selalu dia kasih di bagian tidak selalu dia kasih di bagian awal dan akhir, tetapi terkadang hanya di bagian awal, mungkin di bagian pertengahan, tetapi informasi akhirnya itu tidak terlalu spesifik dan sedetail itu. See what I mean? Oke, kita move on ke number human resources. 19.
Then you'll need to know where some of the offices are.
Then you need to know where some of the offices are. Kalian harus tahu tuh kantor-kantor tuh ada di mana, ya dia bilang.
The Human Resources Department is at the front of this building. So you head to the left along the corridor from reception.
You head to the left from the corridor, from the reception. You head to the left, ya. Head to the left itu artinya menuju ke kiri. Kalian jangan terjemahkan head to the left itu artinya kepala ke kiri, bukan. Ya, Fanta ya. Dan sampai dia bilang kalian kepala ke kiri, kamu salto dari situ, bola kembali ke kiri. I'm just kidding. Okay. Ya, you head to itu artinya menuju. Head to south, head to east. Jangan kamu pakai kepala lalu menuju ke kanan. No.
And it's the second room you come to.
And it's the second room you come to. Ini terlalu jelas nih ya. Dia ada di ruangan kedua nih. Dari reception kita menuju ke koridor ini di bagian kiri, dia adanya di bangunan pintu kedua. Berarti yang mana nih, Fatwa?
Sir.
Ya, sangat amat jelas. Ini jelas sekali dia bilang itu ada. Tapi gini, saya bisa pahami ya tingkat kesulitannya mungkin untuk kalian yang sorry to say, kalian punya kemampuan listening ini masih kurang. Kalau kalian kehilangan informasi yang tadi awal itu, kalian akan sulit menentukan jawabannya ada di mana. Betul tidak? Betul ya? Oke, the last one, 20.
It looks out onto the main road. And finally, the boardroom, where you'll be meeting sometimes. That has quite a
The boardroom where you meeting sometimes. Oke. Dengar baik-baik ya.
pleasant view as it looks out onto the trees. Go along the
Oke, yang pertama dia bilang dia berhadapan dengan pohon-pohon nih. Yang berhadapan dengan pohon ini banyak. Kalau kita sudah jawab H berarti tinggal F, D, A. Ya.
corridor past the courtyard, right to the end. The boardroom is on the left, next to the factory.
Oke, past the courtyard. Oke, kita dari sini, terus dia akan ada di bagian kiri. Berdekatan dengan pabriknya. Berarti A nih. Bukan B. Dia bilang dia ada di paling kiri nih. Berdekatan dengan factory. Oke, Sandi udah paham ya? Juga semuanya ya, bukan cuma Sandi, semuanya sudah paham?
Paham, Sir.
Good. Jadi lain kali kalau misalnya kalian, dan biasanya map ini akan selalu ada di IELTS listening, akan selalu ada. Ya, tidak bisa tidak. Ya, terkadang tidak ada sih, cuman pada umumnya ada ya, sepengalaman saya. Nah, kita lihat lagi yang choose two letters, two letters. Itu. Sorry ya, saya susah ngomong. Walaupun saya ngajar IELTS, saya susah pakai aksen British. Udah terpengaruh sama aksen Amerikanya soalnya. Choose two letters A to E, okay? Which two part of the introductory stage to the art projects do Jess and Tom agree were useful? Nah, saya bilang tadi, kalau untuk tipe soal seperti ini, kalian harus perhatikan kata kuncinya. Kata kuncinya ada di mana. Lalu, ini kan opsinya ada berapa nih ya? Ada 5. Kalian hanya diminta untuk memilih 2. Begitu. Lalu di bawah juga 2.
Okay, now, are there any questions before we move?
That is the end of part 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers to part 2. Part 3. You will hear 2 students called Jess and Tom discussing their art projects. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24.
How are you getting on with your art project, Tom?
Okay. Like, they gave us the theme of birds to base our project on, and I'm not really all that interested in wildlife, but I'm starting to get into it. I've pretty well finished the introductory stage.
So have I. When they gave us all those handouts with details of books and websites to look at, I was really put off. But the more I read, the more interested I got.
Me too. I found I could research so many different aspects of birds in art. Colour, movement, texture. So I was looking forward to the bird park visit.
What a letdown. It poured with rain and we hardly saw a single bird. Much less use than the trip to the Natural History Museum.
Yeah. I liked all the stuff about evolution there. The workshop sessions with Dr. Fletcher were good too, especially the brainstorming sessions.
I missed those because I was ill. I wish we could have seen the projects last year's students did.
I suppose they want us to do our own thing, not copy.
Have you drafted your proposal yet?
Yes, but I haven't handed it in. I need to amend some parts. I've realized the notes from my research are almost all just descriptions. I haven't actually evaluated anything, so I'll have to fix that.
Oh, I didn't know we had to do that. I'll have to look at that too. Did you do a timeline for the project?
Yes, and a mind map.
Yeah, so did I. I quite enjoyed that. But it was hard having to explain the basis for my decisions in my action plan.
What?
You know, give a rationale.
I didn't realize we had to do that. Okay, I can add it now. And I've done the video diary presentation and worked out what I want my outcome to be in the project.
Someone told me it's best not to be too precise about your actual outcome at this stage, so you have more scope to explore your ideas later on. So I'm going to go back to my proposal to make it a bit more vague.
Really? Okay, I'll change that too then.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 25 to 30.
Oke, karena waktu hampir habis, kita langsung ya 25 to 30, lalu nanti kita lanjut. Oke, untuk yang ini, choose 6 answers from the box and write the correct letter A to H next to question 25 to 30. Oke, jadi kalian cocokkan ini ya, Falcon ini kira-kira personal meaning-nya apa? Ini pictures ya, ini gambar yang ini personal meanings-nya apa? Ini sama seperti readings, kita matching headings namanya, matching pictures dengan arti.
Now listen and answer questions 25 to 30.
One part of the project I'm unsure about is where we choose some paintings of birds and say what they mean to us. Like, I chose a painting of a falcon by Landseer. I like it because the bird's standing there with his head turned to one side, but he seems to be staring straight at you. But I can't just say it's a bit scary, can I?
You could talk about the possible danger suggested by the bird's look.
Oh, okay.
There's a picture of a fishhawk by Audubon I like. It's swooping over the water with a fish in its talons and with great black wings which take up most of the picture.
So you could discuss it in relation to predators and food chains?
Well, actually, I think I'll concentrate on the impression of rapid motion it gives.
Right.
Do you know that picture of a kingfisher by Van Gogh? It's perching on a reed growing near a stream.
Yes, it's got these beautiful blue and red and black shades.
I've actually chosen it because I saw a real kingfisher once when I was little. I was out walking with my grandfather, and I've never forgotten it.
Oh, so we can use a personal link?
Sure.
Okay. There's a portrait called William Wells. I can't remember the artist, but it's a middle-aged man who's just shot a bird. And his expression and the way he's holding the bird in his hand suggests he's not sure about what he's done. To me, it's about how ambiguous people are in the way they exploit the natural world.
Interesting. There's Gauguin's picture, Vira Mati. He did it in Tahiti. It's a woman with a white bird behind her that is eating a lizard. And what I'm interested in is what idea this bird refers to. Apparently, it's a reference to the never-ending cycle of existence.
Wow. I chose a portrait of a little boy, Giovanni de' Medici. He's holding a tiny bird in one fist. I like the way he's holding it carefully so he doesn't hurt it.
Oh, right.
That is the end of part 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers to part 3. Part 4. You will hear a professor of philosophy giving a talk on the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
Oke, kalau ini untuk part yang ini nih atensi kalian itu tidak boleh pudar ya. Soalnya ini long talk. Sama seperti di TOEFL itu long talk ya. Jadi dari 31 sampai 40 dia tidak akan berhenti. Nah, yang perlu kalian catat adalah yang pertama instruksinya one word only. Satu kata, cukup satu kata yang dipakai. Terus kalian harus lihat subtema yang ini nih, Ancient Stoic Principles, the Influence of Stoicism, Relevance of Stoicism. Nah, subtema ini yang akan dia sebut nanti jadi rujukan untuk dia bisa mentransisi apa namanya penjelasannya kira-kira dia sudah ada di bagian mana. Dan setiap titik-titik ini nih kalian harus perlu tahu nih dia sudah sampai mana. Kalau tidak nanti misalnya dia sudah sampai 32, kalian masih di stuck di 31. Gitu. Ada yang boleh di mute tuh ribut nih Kak Desi.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Ancient philosophy is not just about talking or lecturing or even reading long, dense books. In fact, it is something people have used throughout history to solve their problems and to achieve their greatest triumphs. Specifically, I am referring to Stoicism, which in my opinion is the most practical of all philosophies and therefore the most appealing. Stoicism was founded in ancient Greece by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC, but was practiced by the likes of Epictetus, Cato, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. Amazingly, we still have access to these ideas, despite the fact that the most famous Stoics never wrote anything down for publication. Cato definitely didn't. Marcus Aurelius never intended his meditations to be anything but personal. Seneca's letters were, well, letters, and Epictetus's thoughts come to us by way of a note-taking student. Stoic principles were based on the idea that its followers could have an unshakable happiness in this life, and the key to achieving this was virtue. The road to virtue, in turn, lay in understanding that destructive emotions like anger and jealousy are under our conscious control. They don't have to control us, because we can learn to control them. In the words of Epictetus, external events I cannot control, but the choices I make with regard to them, I do control. The modern-day philosopher and writer Nassim Nicholas Taleb defines a Stoic as someone who has a different perspective on experiences which most of us would see as wholly negative. A Stoic transforms fear into caution, pain into transformation, mistakes into initiation, and desire into undertaking. Using this definition as a model, we can see that throughout the centuries, Stoicism has been practiced in more recent history by kings, presidents, artists, writers, and entrepreneurs. The founding fathers of the United States were inspired by the philosophy. George Washington was introduced to Stoicism by his neighbors at age 17, and later put on a play based on the life of Cato to inspire his men. Thomas Jefferson kept a copy of Seneca beside his bed. Writers and artists have also been inspired by the Stoics. Eugene Delacroix, the renowned French Romantic artist, known best for his painting Liberty Leading the People, was an ardent Stoic, referring to it as his consoling religion. The economist Adam Smith's theories on capitalism were significantly influenced by the Stoicism that he studied as a schoolboy under a teacher who had translated Marcus Aurelius's works. Today's political leaders are no different, with many finding their inspiration from the ancient texts. Former US President Bill Clinton rereads Marcus Aurelius every single year, and many have compared former President Obama's calm leadership style to that of Cato. Wen Jiabao, the former Prime Minister of China, claims that Meditations is one of 2 books he travels with, and that he has read it more than 100 times over the course of his life. Stoicism had a profound influence on Albert Ellis, who invented cognitive behavior therapy, which is used to help people manage their problems by changing the way that they think and behave. It's most commonly used to treat depression. The idea is that we can take control of our lives by challenging the irrational beliefs that create our faulty thinking, symptoms, and behaviors by using logic instead. Stoicism has also become popular in the world of business. Stoic principles can build the resilience and state of mind required to overcome setbacks, because Stoics teach turning obstacles into opportunity, a lesson every business entrepreneur needs to learn. I would argue that studying Stoicism is as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago, thanks to its brilliant insights into how to lead a good life. At the very root of the thinking, there is a very simple way of living. Control what you can and accept what you can't. This is not as easy as it sounds and will require considerable practice. It can take a lifetime to master. The Stoics also believed the most important foundation for a good and happy life is not money, fame, power, or pleasure, but having a disciplined and principled character, something which seems to resonate with many people today.
That is the end of part 4. You now have 1 minute to check your answers to part 4.
Oke, bisa dapat semuanya? Hopefully bisa ya. Soalnya ini agak berat nih kalau kalian tidak praktis ya. Alright, everybody. Given the time is up, oke, jawabannya mungkin disimpan, boleh dikirim ke saya untuk saya koreksi nanti. Tapi anyway, ini sekilas kalian sudah punya gambaran ya bahwa yang namanya listening di dalam IELTS itu seperti ini. And please also recall all the tips and strategies that I already mentioned in the previous meeting, as well as this meeting. Oke, jadi saya sudah kasih kira-kira tipsnya harus seperti apa, strateginya seperti apa, supaya kalian bisa mampu menaklukkan sulitnya mendengarkan. Dan Sejauh yang saya dengar ini aksennya itu dari awal sampai akhir tuh dia pakai aksen British nih. Which is itu lebih mudah ketimbang dia gonta-ganti aksen. Itu kita akan bisa mengalami kesulitan kalau misalnya kita tidak terlalu mengerti dan paham dengan aksennya. Nah, untuk bisa mengatasi kendala terkait kalian mengerti aksen, nanti belajar di YouTube ya. British accent, American accent. Any questions before I wrap it up? Any questions?
Yang kemarin, Sir Sergi belum ngirimkan yang rekomendasi akun itu, Sir.
Kemarin apa? Coba say it again. Terputus.
Rekomendasi akun yang untuk diikuti di YouTube yang sering Sir Sergi dengarkan atau lihat.
Oh, oke. Kayak saya lupa, sorry ya. Saking sibuknya saya lupa. Okay, I'm gonna let you know after this, okay? Just in case I forget it, just apa namanya direct message me, okay? Kadang saya lupa, sorry. Alright, anything else?
Sir, saya mau nanya, kalau untuk IELTS listening ini, setiap part ini cuma satu kali diputarkah atau ada beberapa kali?
Oke, ya cuma satu kali ya. Ini kan kita
Oke.
praktis, jadi saya putar 2 kali, 3 kali. Kalau real testnya dia cuma sekali putar. Kalau dia putarnya ulang-ulang itu bukan namanya tes, gitu.
Oke, Sir. Nah, berarti
Tapi
dia
kita
nggak yang berarti ini continue ya dari part 1 until part 4 tuh nggak ada jeda dan nggak ada stop ya, langsung semua
ya,
jalan.
ya nggak bakalan dia bilang gini, kayak tadi saya kasih penjelasan, dia nggak bakalan bilang, ya kamu lihat ini dulu, kamu highlight ini dulu, nggak bakalan kayak gitu. Oke,
Oke,
oke.
Sir.
Kita nggak akan bilang, oh saya pause audionya dulu, kalian lihat dulu, oh ini penjelasannya kayak gini, nggak.
Oke.
Jadi ketika kita masuk ruangan itu artinya kita tuh udah harus full persiapan. Atensi kita tuh fokus, kita konsentrasi kita. Makanya kemarin saya bilang, kalau udah masuk ruangan ujian tuh tinggalkan yang namanya kamu lagi gak gak mutan sama pacarmu, lagi dikejar debt collector itu ditinggal di luar. Gitu ya. Atau
Oke.
pagi kurang uang ya, lagi kurang hati gitu. Itu harus ditinggalin semuanya di luar. Kalau enggak nanti dia udah sampai misalnya dia udah sampai nomor 5, kamu masih di nomor 2, bahaya tuh, bisa-bisa semuanya salah tuh, gawat itu. Oke. Nah, jadi dia nggak akan pakai itu istilah kayak tadi saya kasih penjelasan terus dia dia jeda lagi dia kasih. No. Kalau kan setiap part itu kan ada instruksi kan, dia bilang you have half a minute, 1,5 menit untuk lihat pertanyaan ini. Kamu punya 1,5 menit untuk transfer jawaban. Itu harus dilakukan secepatnya. Jangan dia bilang you have half a minute, kamu masih mikir, wah tadi ini nomor 15 jawaban apa ya? Nggak boleh, tuh nanti ketinggalan. Kalau seperti itu, just in case kamu terlewat jawabannya, itu harus segera apa saja yang ada di catatan itu harus sudah ditransfer ke answer sheet. Kalau misalnya apanya tesnya paper base ya, kalau yang computer base kan langsung diklik di situ nanti, gitu.
Oke, thank you, Sir.
Okay, no problem. That was a good question and concern, of course, that need to be addressed by a lot of IELTS candidates. That was a good question. Anyway, anything else? If not, that I assume everything is crystal clear for the time being. Wait a second, please. Maybe we're gonna have some meeting tomorrow because I can do it on Friday. Is that okay for you?
Oke, Sir.
Oke, saya sepertinya hari Jumat saya tidak bisa. Jadi kalau bisa nanti I'm gonna let you know in the WhatsApp group. Kalau bisa besok itu kita Zoom meeting, tapi kita mau move on ke writing. Ya, karena kalau menurut saya tuh listening itu kalian ini kan receptive skills. Kalian boleh praktis sendiri, tetapi untuk writing itu memang harus ditatar betul-betul karena kalian harus tahu bagaimana menggunakan kosakata yang tepat dan lain sebagainya. Alright, time is up. Besok di jam yang sama seperti malam ini. Oke? Ya, supaya kalian bisa Jumatan ya. Hari Jumat malam tuh biar fatwa bisa sebebas-bebasnya. Okay. Oh, okay. Please let me know, Fato. Okay. After this, right after this, in case I forget it. Okay.
Oke, sir.
Right. Apa namanya rekomendasi tadi apa tuh?
Okay, sir, one more time. One more question. May I get the audio for our practice at home?
Oh, okay. Okay. Of course. Okay.
So we can listening by ourselves at home.
We can practice listening ya.
Practice it.
Kata-katanya begitu. We can practice listening, okay, to improve our listening ability.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Sir, can
Okay.
you share the resources on? Oh, okay. Yeah. I will do. Okay. Thank you so
Thank you,
much
sir.
joining tonight's meeting. I'm gonna see it tomorrow, but I'm gonna let you know in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you and have a good night. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.